Welcome to We Chat Divorce. This is where we talk about real people, real situations, and real divorce. I'm Karen Shalou, and I'm here with Catherine Shanahan. We co-founded a divorce solutions company that really is committed to changing the way people get divorced. And we do that by having this show and having guests that help us help you navigate your divorce process. So today we're going to be talking about managing stress and how it affects your well-being, physically and mentally.
We see a lot of people and they are concerned. We're concerned for them when we assess them about their financial, their emotional, and their physical well-being. And I don't know, have you ever heard of the divorce diet?
No.
Okay, so when I went through my divorce, there's this divorce diet. And it was great. I lost 20 pounds. I felt so good, but it really wasn't good for me. It was all stress related. It wasn't anything I was doing healthy for myself. I was just stressed out all the time. And so it's a joke amongst the way. So I'm really excited about our guest today to get us on track on what to do properly. Because even though I lost that 20 pounds and I felt great, it has come back. As you know, I can't fit in some of my clothes right now because it has come back, so I need some help today. So I'm really excited about today.
Me too. My divorce diet was not eating at all.
Yeah, you were the other
When
extreme.
I manage stress, I just don't eat. I feel like crawling in a hole. So I'm excited for Cecilia to be here. And we notice when people talk about divorce, one of the first things they want to talk about is, I'm a mess, I don't feel good, I don't look good, I'm not eating well, I'm eating differently just because the whole family dynamic is all shaken up. And so that needs to be addressed right at the beginning.
It is, and we're so focused on that. I remember my first spinning class. And I'm by myself, and I'm sitting in the gym, and I'm on to the right, and it's a really dark room, and I'm spinning away, and the class is over, and I'm trying to get off the bike, and I hear a group of women, the instructor also, talking, and I hear the instructor say, I lost 185 pounds. Now, I don't know any of the women, and I don't know her at the time, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, 185 pounds, how did she do that? So I'm thinking, you know, I'm pretty social. I'm going to go meet these women. I go over. I'm like, excuse me, this was such a great class, but I'm so curious, how did you lose 185 pounds? Well, they all start cracking up. She goes, well, I just divorced the guy I was married to. He weighed 185 pounds, and I'm rid of him now. She's a good friend of mine now, and I found that to be so funny. But fast forward me going through my own divorce, I realized maybe it's not so funny. That we focus on that. Or oftentimes, you know, you'll hear, oh, he lost a lot of weight, he must be doing something he shouldn't be doing, or he's preparing to divorce me, or so it'll be really nice to hear a healthy approach.
Absolutely.
To how we, you know, look at ourselves even.
Yeah. So our guest is Cecilia Halseth. She wrote the book, Walking is for Wimps. And here I thought walking was such a great thing all this time.
I'm going to ask her how she came up with that name.
Yeah,
it's
me
interesting.
Too, because it kind of goes against everything we know.
Yeah, I like walking. I don't think I'm wimpy. Although, I'm still not in my clothes.
Do you walk or do you stroll? Sometimes I stroll.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Cecilia's a ball of energy. She's author of a book entitled Walking is for Wimps. She's been part of the fitness industry for over 25 years, teaching exercise classes and giving lectures. Cecilia holds a degree in exercise physiology.
And she'll help us help you get on a healthier path to a nice future.
Welcome back to We Chat Divorce. We're here today with Cecilia Halseth. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure,
Welcome.
my pleasure. Thank you. I'm so excited.
So excited, yes.
Thank you. So I was listening to you guys, and exercise is such an important part of anybody's to not only feel better, but as a mood booster, which exactly that's one of the big problems when you are experiencing separating from someone you loved, sometimes for many years, and you're going through the stress of divorce. Exercise can definitely help with as a stress releaser
Yeah.
And that's a fantastic
I'm
mood
so excited
booster.
to hear how you'll help us stay on track. First of all, get on track, and then stay there, which is what I'm having a problem with.
Oh, wait. Walking is for wimps. Please tell us.
Wimpy. Well, this is very interesting. I have for many, many years created and follow my own personalized keep in shape plan. And one of the things that I discovered is so many women get frustrated because they exercise and they do not lose the weight. And it's because they're not doing it efficiently and effectively. And that's one of the things I see. I see many women walking, having a good time, chitty-chatting. They take a nice long stroll through the park or through the streets, but they're doing wimpily. They're not making an effort. So don't take me wrong, walking is a wonderful way to exercise. But the first thing, it's if you're doing it very easy, it's either because you're very old or because you've been injured or because you are recuperating from some kind of illness. But most of us who are fairly active and young, it doesn't matter how old we are, we still feel 25, you have to add what I call moments of intensity. And those moments of intensity can translate to sprints or walk faster. So that's what I mean by walking is for wimps. You have to add moments of intensity, even 30 seconds in which you feel your heartbeat go up, in which you start feeling moist, you start feeling sweaty. That's what will create changes. That's what will allow you to lose the weight faster. And nobody gets more motivated if you start seeing reflected on the scale. Mm-hmm. So walking is for wimps means add moments of intensity so you can lose the weight faster and stay motivated.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay, so we have young mom going through a divorce. She has 2 small kids, no time. And as a matter of fact, she's overwhelmed because there's not enough hours in the day. She's not eating well, she's not exercising, she's totally stressed. What does she do?
This is very interesting because I've seen people being in that same situation. And I think to myself, okay, you're stressed to the max. You are probably also part-time working or full-time working. You go back home, you have to deal with the kids. There's not the other father or another parent to take care. Mm-hmm. And you want me to go and work out? Oh, please. What we want is a glass of wine and some little cheese and crackers, and let the kids go to bed. Right. So how do you incorporate? The first thing that I believe to incorporate exercise into your life and do so consistently is you have to start by being motivated, okay? Mm-hmm. And motivation is a process in which you will feel motivated once you start losing the weight. But how do you start that motivation process? And the first thing we have to understand is we have to absolutely be at our wits' end out of frustration, of weight gain, and say, I have to incorporate a stress releaser, even for 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. So the first thing these people have to think, it's, okay, I have all this stress, I have all these kids, and now you want me to work out for an hour? No. That's also part of the title of the book. Mm-hmm. Because if you walk wimpily, then you have to work for an hour, 45, 50 minutes. We don't have time. So what I suggest for these people is, if you're an early riser, then think, okay, I'm gonna take 15 minutes in the morning before the kids start. If you can, and you can afford, and you have a little treadmill, your pajamas, they're ready to be washed. Put a ponytail, get your things, and meanwhile the kids wake up to 15 minutes and add the moments of intensity. Warm up for 4-5 minutes, and then push it a little bit. Relax, push a little bit. The moment you push it, your body wakes up and you say, I think I can do another more minutes. Yeah. So that's one of the things you have to think. If you're an early riser, do it there. If you go to work, go at lunchtime. Bring a change of shorts and everything. Do it for 15-20 minutes. You still have an hour of
Right.
lunchtime. So go there, change, go out there, feel, inhale, push it, come back, put a little deodorant. You don't have to take a shower, no big deal. And then it's over.
Speak for yourself.
It's over. Well, a little perfume nowadays, they do wonders with perfume. And or in the afternoon, if you finish early, 3 o'clock, and you don't have to pick up your kids until 4 or 5 o'clock sometimes, then incorporate that exercise. And again, do it efficiently and effectively. Have your moments of intensity and do it for 15, 20 minutes. And then it's over.
That's great.
So I'm hearing you say just start with day one. Pick 15 or 20 minutes. Say this is what I'm doing today for myself because we deserve it. Everyone deserves at least 10 or 15 minutes to themselves. And you don't have to start with, I need to do a 45-minute class, or I need to go work out for an hour, or I have to run for 30 minutes. You can start with just a walk, add some intensity, and make it a regular habit.
And regular habits, that's a very interesting thing that you're bringing about, because you cannot change physically, emotionally, and mentally if you don't achieve consistency. Oh, that's a big one, consistency,
Absolutely.
okay?
Yeah.
So the first thing that you have to think, most people think consistency, okay, that means I have to do it 3 to 4 times a week. No, start twice a week, but really commit to it. I mean, really, like I myself, obviously I have committed to exercise because I already know the wonderful benefits of exercise, and now it's part of my life. But it took years, because the first thing I wanted was to lose the weight. I was not thinking, oh, I need to work out so I can increase my lung capacity. No, okay? So the first thing I wanted to do is to
Right.
lose the weight. So how did I add in consistency?
Well, I want to talk about your day one and day two, but we're going to take a break.
Okay.
And then that's a great start
Consistency
also.
will
Yes.
continue about.
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome back to We Chat Divorce. We're here continuing our discussion with Cecilia Halseth, and we were just talking about being consistent with exercise, especially when you're dealing with a stressful situation. And I wanted to tell you guys a story because exercise became a very important component of my lifestyle when I went through a divorce. My kids were 7 and 5, and I didn't eat. So it wasn't a weight loss thing for me, but it really was an anxiety reliever for me. So I would have play dates for them. So after school, they would be on the playground and I would just run around. Started with 10 minutes, I couldn't breathe. But over time, it became a lifeline. It remains a core part of my day. But I always need to exercise with someone. So I have an issue. When that someone's not available, I sleep in.
It's very interesting
Yeah.
because then what I
I can't
suggest,
exercise.
first of all, I want to say I also
Yeah.
did that. If I didn't have the time, I played Ticklishing Monster. And I chase him, all the kids in the pre-K, and believe me, for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you end up, with your
exhausting.
tongue.
Yeah.
So talking about the companionship, okay? Music, I highly suggest. And I was talking to you the other day about if we love a song and we're listening to the radio, we're driving, we start moving, So
Yeah.
go and download fantastic songs and say, oh my God, I cannot wait to listen to those songs, and go out there, whether you have a friend or not. In fact, no friends. So you
Yeah.
can go and pump it. So music, it's a fantastic way to do it by yourself and be entertained.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Do you use music when you work out?
I do. I do. But sometimes if
You
it's,
want the person?
Not necessarily want the person, but that's the pattern I've set for myself. So, for instance, my friend, she stubbed her toe, and I didn't get up, and my husband said, oh, you didn't work out today. Well, no, she stubbed her toe. I can't work out. So I just noticed that about myself. But
So give different options. That could be
plan
another
B.
thing. You have the
Yeah.
plan A, plan B, music, and if you
Yeah.
are listening to music when you're still with her and everything, that means your music is not like, USA, you know, because you want it loud and clear to
Right.
push it. In fact, some of the parts of a good music that excites me, I use it as moments of intensity. So when
Right.
they get to a certain part of the music, I know that's the moment I push it and then come back and push it.
Yeah.
I say we challenge Karen and
Oh.
anyone else watching that they should have a workout buddy themselves, and you can log it in. I'd like to see that you work out at
I'm my
least
own
5
workout
times
buddy?
before our next show.
Okay.
Yes.
You're on.
I love challenges.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, we're talking about
So-
refueling. What does
Right,
that
because a lot of times in divorce, the reason why couples grow apart is because somebody's giving. You know, we give to our children, we give to our friends, we give to our spouses, and I remember being asked the question by a therapist to me is, who's refueling you? Being a stepmom to 3 children and then having 2 children ourselves, with my ex-husband working all the time, I was always giving, and then because we didn't have a connection that was more emotional, I was feeling lonely a lot. So the question was, how do we refuel ourselves? And I didn't grow up exercising. And so in your book, I know you talk about that data refuel, which I'm really excited to hear about because it could be something that I could connect to. So tell us about that.
Refueling, it's interesting because it has to actually do with how do you manage your caloric intake. Because one of the first things that I want to make very clear is that I love to eat. And I don't mean rabbit food, okay? So there's nothing that I enjoy more than rich, high caloric foods. If all the rich, high caloric foods will have exactly the same calories as a carrot, we will not be overweight. So one of the things that we have to do is plan, and it's okay to plan. It's not an obsessive thing. Every single person who has maintained a decent body weight think every single day. They think about how are they going to eat, how are they going to make themselves feel better through food or through exercise, and thus they maintain a good body weight. So I have fuel days, I have maintenance days, and I have cheating days. We have to have cheating
love
days.
that.
Yes. So the fuel days usually for me are Mondays. Why? Because the weekends are mostly my cheating days. So by Monday I feel so guilty. It is for sure a healthy day. Fuel. You are going to put fuel in your body, but fuel, healthy fuel. And I don't know, potato chips, fried chicken nuggets are not fuel. I'm talking healthy fuel. And you feel so guilty, your body, your brain tells you, yes, you need to eat healthy. And then maybe Tuesday, another fuel day. By Wednesday, I feel really good, so I do maintenance day. Maintenance day means you can still cheat a little bit. Like I will have a nice salad with a creamy dressing, instead of on Monday, I'll have a salad with lemon juice. So you have to do, and maybe the maintenance day, I'm have a bag of Doritos, maybe half the bag, And then cheating day doesn't mean that the whole day you're going to be cheating. Otherwise, it will be contraproducing, I have a little accent, so I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. But what I'm trying to say is you cannot cheat the whole day. So what I do on a cheating day, I'm very aware of my exercise. I do a little quick workout. And then I know that evening is the party evening, so I can even enjoy myself, eat when I want slowly, which have very specific tips of how to eat in moderation, a little lower portions, and how to enjoy rich caloric food, but with certain trade-offs, so you will not gain everything back. Because one of the things
You're pointing
you
at me.
have, no,
You know that happened to
well,
me.
you said that you were giving back. So one of the things that I talk is you have to fight back with all your might that weight gain, okay? And I have tips about it because nothing makes you more frustrated, us women and our body weight to gain it. So practice the managed caloric with the fuel days, feel good about yourself with intensity and sweaty, and it will release the tension. And as you start feeling better with yourself, it will be a snowball effect. You start feeling better, you start losing the weight, you start being a little more aware of your food intake. And then people start saying, oh my God, you look great. And that's the beginning of your new lifestyle.
I'm
That's
excited.
great. And you cover all of that in your book, right?
Everything.
Walking is for Wimps. So thank you for joining us at We Chat Divorce.
And our viewers can get that book on your website.
The website, yeah,
Yeah.
walkingisforwimps.com.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you next time. If you have any questions for us, or if you want to suggest a topic for one of our next episodes, email us at info@divorce, solutions.com. Thanks for joining us.
And remember, we chat because you matter.